All right, you guys, welcome back to another live stream. Now let's get to it. Please share, subscribe, hit that like button for me, and let's dive into this video. The judgment of white America. Now, judgment have come to you, America. Now, the dreadful times of America has come, and I want to talk to you because Jesus talked about a Caucasian people. Now, Jesus says, I'm not here to change anything. But there was a blind man that was blind from birth. And as long as he can't see, white supremacy stayed intact. But it was the blind man that was wise. So, disciples says, Master, who did sin? Did this man or his parents that was born blind? Well, Jesus says, neither nor did his parents. See, this work of God will be done so that the works of God might be made manifest. See, that sun represent freedom. See, the moon represent justice. The stars represent equality. So, brothers and sisters, how should you know? Because if you knew, then you knew, sisters, or have your mother will address you. See, not in the pilgrim house of the prostitute, but if you knew your real mother beyond the Jordan of Jerusalem, then you will be clothed in a decent dress. You see. But it was the blind man that was wise. So after Jesus took a little spittle and put in man's eyes, and see, the Pharisees came, let's question him. Then they tried to captivate Jesus. Well, that man's a sinner. He's a wicked man. You see, after these white people invite me to their meetings in their church and their congregation, well, that man's, he's anti-Semitic. He's anti-social. You mean in the Pope of Jesus Christ? You see, that's how they handle Jesus. You see, so the blind man says, well, whether he's a sinner or not, you see, I don't know. But as one thing as I do know is I was blind and now I see. See, that's the point. See, your people was blind from birth. but they just needed the voice of the Messiah. You see, white people, they are angry because the black people is prophesizing the coming day of their judgment. See, judgment have come to white America. Your judgment has come. So prove to me that I'm a fucking liar. Fuck you. Now let's go. The judgment of white America. We see the great dreadful days of the Lord has now come to white America. We see the land and people who worship evil. We see this robbery, murder, rape, famine, and deceits are the orders of the days in America. If there is anything, brothers and sisters, like a God of righteousness, if there is anything like a God of truth, should he not raise himself up and take his place, putting an end to such evil as now going on in white America? See, the people cannot walk the streets of America today without subjecting themselves to robbery, murder, and rape. White America is a wicked land. Everyone is against the other. See, righteousness, justice, and freedom are despised and fought against, regardless to the clear knowledge of God's hourly punishment and destruction of America by his divine pledge of storms. But this is as it is written of America in the book of Revelation in the Bible. They continued their evil ways and did blasphemy to God, who have power over these pleasures. They hate the name of God. They hate the name of his messengers. But nevertheless, that does not stop the judgment and destruction of white America. Look at the wicked devil in Alabama. They are against us while we are trying to be at peace with them. But there is no peace with them. See, there is no peace with this right race of people. They have proved this by the mistreatment of you and me. It's not in their nature to do good. They can't practice good. See, it would be a remnant of them saved, but the majority are going down. And you see, they are taking a fighting chance of it to deceive you and I. We had done nothing to them, brothers and sisters. See, they are against us just because of the idea that we are Muslims, black people. See, the white man have his way of ruling the black people for so long that they think that he still has the power to do so. While in reality, the white man have come to the end of his time of power to rule the black man. See, regardless to Allah God retaliation to the white man for his evil act done to the black man, the white man still keeps inviting the retaliation of Allah God. The white man must remember that he cannot win today over Allah God and his servants, for he has power. The judgment of white America. See, judgment have come to you, America, whom to you who seeks to fight against Allah and God and against his aim and purpose. Whom to you, America, see, Allah God has made you blind to his judgment, and therefore you are committing suicide. He has made you blind on purpose to give you the full dose of his wrath. When a man does not know the danger of fire, then he can fall headlong into it. America has mistreated the black man for 400 years, and she does not think that there is ever a God who will accept her black slave and return on the head the injustice done to a black slave. Now, Revelation 18 verse 4 says, "Come out of her, my people." We got to come out of white America and our evil ways. This is truth is verified in the Bible and Quran to come out of these people because they don't have it today. They are so angry because their day has approached. See, this is the day and time in which America could benefit from what Allah God have revealed to me and for the work that I'm doing amongst my black people, turning them from doing evil into righteousness. As it is written in the Bible, Babylon could have been healed, and there was a possible chance for a healing if she had not gone to extreme of making fun of the God of the Jews and their temple in Jerusalem and belittling the power of the God of the Jews to retaliate. The Bible prophesies of these pledges that will come upon America, and these pledges are falling on white America now. And yes, she will not repent for America continue to kill the black one slave of righteousness and justice. Even though the black slave wants to go from America, she wants to hold on to him. And America does not want to let her black slave go. America holds the black slave for a prey. Whom to America, her days has arrived. She will not heed the warning. I beg her to let us be separated from her on a little territory and a state to ourselves, to let us be responsible for our own survival, only to get out from under her injustice. But she refused it. So it was with Pharaoh in the time of Moses. See, God went down to Egypt to make Israel and their enemies, the Egyptian, an example for a future people, so that this may serve as a sign of what we see going on in America today. The four great judgments that Allah God promised to destroy white America, which are now coming up upon her. We see this hail, snow, drought, earthquakes. Allah God have reserved his treasure, as snow and ice, to be used against this wicked country of America and the days of battle and war. These are some of Allah God weapons. We see the storms now we see going on. See, the white man of America is not blind and ignorant. He has known these prophecies of his doom for a long time before we knew it. For the white man translates the Bible, and he knows what he puts in his translation of that which was written in the Bible. See, this judgment of white America, all love and respect of the wicked have gone from them. See, they do not love each other nor respect each other. They have pulled off their clothes and disgraced themselves. This is also a pledge. See, some of these white people rehearsing the cage days of their fathers. They are not ashamed to do so. So they come out with long, straggly hair, as their fathers did in the days of their cage. This is Allah God forcing a white man to bear him witness that they really wants the caveman. Yet a foolish, unlearned black people follow the white man. It is a shame to pull off their clothes and grow hair down their backs and over their face by misleading the black man and to fall in the ways of the white man cage days. To the white man again telling the world how he had deceived the black man and is now making a black man manifest that he's too weak to seek his own. Trump is not the future. You idiot. Trump is a failure. Trump is the cause of the falling of America, and he wished to take you there right along. See, America doesn't have a future when she don't have a departure for herself. See, 99% of us brothers and sisters don't even know that our future is at stake. You see, with every evil spooner ready to do his worst, make it difficult, for the 99% ignorant to ever know what's at stake. See, for nearly 40 years, I have been preaching to you that the black man in America, we should accept our own instead of the black man going to the decent side of his own. See, he goes back seeking transitional Africa in the way they did in the jungle life, and the way you see in uncivilized parts of Africa today. See, they're not using barber tools, sneers, or razors to keep themselves looking dignified as a civilized people should look. The black man in America accept the jungle life, thinking that they will get the love of black Africa. See, black brothers and black sisters wearing savage dress and hairstyles will not get you the love of Africa. The dignified people of Africa are neither Muslims or educated Christians. But Africa today does not want this Christianity. Do not think that you will get a home in Africa after this war if you are a Christian. To get a home in Africa after a war, you have to be a Muslim. The judgment of America. Your mama should scream your false preaching. So we see this judgment of white America, she is made manifest. They hate when you talk like this, brothers. They hate when their judgment is here. The judgment of white America is here. I don't care what they have to say. Judgment have come to you, white America, for all its evil doing. You had time to repent. 8,000 years, these people had time to repent. See, it's not in their nature, brothers. So we must flee from them. We must flee out of these people that don't have it for you and I. So the judgment of America, she is made manifest. As it is written, we see in the Bible, Revelation. See, it's a cage we see for every unclean and hateful bird. Every unclean and hateful human beings. She's calling you, brothers, a beast, a mortal, an entity. He's calling you a menace to whom? To yourself and kind. You a menace too. So America, your days have come for the evil done to your black slave. America, you cannot repay that evil with another evil of trying to tempt this black slave by offering them your white woman. See, that does not help you in this day, but it does condemn you as being a double crosser. That you will even offer your black one slave, your girls and women, to do with them as they please, if they will just follow you. See, the judgment of white America. See, Babylon could have been healed, but she is not healed. See, white America is just beginning to experience sorrows, mourning, grief, and distrust for the anger of God and man. See, our world is changing. See, when we see climate is changing, we see that our animals is changing, and our animals is sensing what is about to come. Human beings, we see, is changing. Now, according to the Bible, and Quran, there was plenty more of the same we see. And these two books, one can easily find everything foretold that is happening today. The time will go so terrible that according to the Holy Quran, children will become gravehead. And according to the Bible, great heart failure will become a disease upon the people who have anger of God, the American people. Now, this ain't hate. We've been divided. How long do you think we've been divided? We've been divided by people who had and segregated us all our lives. And Satan, if his kingdom is divided, you know his kingdom cannot stand. Because his time has come. We keep it real. We're not going to sugarcoat nothing. We're going to address it the way that we need to address it. They hate us because we are a chosen people and God is answering our prayers. We don't have no sympathy because wherever happened when America killed our people and these people laughed and mocked us. Now they're getting a dose of their own medicine. No one should have sympathy for you. No one should even help you in your downfall. Now, the fourth beast in this revelation of John in the Bible, in which Daniel described as a very dreadful, well-armed beast who working or death upon the weak, refers to white America. She had no respect for the poor, the unfortunate. Now, Daniel's description of the rib between the teeth of the beast is the reference, see, to this ill treatment we see. Subjection, ruthless behavior by the devil to our people. Now, the description that Daniel gives about this very well-known beast that would rise out of the sea, he had 3 ribs in his mouth, meaning, brothers and sisters, that the black man and woman was swallowed for 3 centuries. We know who this devil is. See, this white America Latins the poor with heavy sentences, long prison terms, refuse to let the prisoners go free. This is due to our heartlessness and lack of compassion for the black man of America. This beast white man lies and waits around this black man homes and prowls the streets at night and wait for an excuse to wreak his ruthlessness on his poor prey, the black man. Now, Psalms chapter 10 says he sits in the lurching place of the village in a secret place. Now, do he murder the innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. Now, if the black man raised a hand to protect and defend himself, he is shot dead and is unable to defend himself against the false charges. Now, we keep it real. We ain't gonna sugarcoat this. See, the beast keeps our people in sorrow and unhappiness by depriving them of equal opportunity. See, the black man wages are calculated by white wicked accountants, preventing the so-called Negro from saving by skyrocketing and the views of the poor, the price of the necessary of lives. See, this white beast persecuted, imprisoned, and killed those who preach freedom and justice for the poor, so-called Negro. This white man does not want the so-called Negro to leave America, but she will not divide the spoil of America, the country which she has taken by force of arm and killing its owners, the Indians, with them. So Isaiah 43 verse 6, I'll say to the north, bring that back, bring my son from afar and my daughters from the end of the earth. America, let our people go now. We see this beast set up evil to be allies as a god. She discussed good for evil, and she covered the earth with filth, making it fascinating, so that man will bow down and worship evil for good. She set brothers against brothers for joy, and then she kills both of them. Whom to America, the murderers and deceivers of the people. See, the God of justice and truth hath pronounced it a judgment against you. And by no means will you escape. You have made mockery of him, God, his people, his words, the truth. You have been judged and found wanting to the so-called American Negro. The lost are now found members of the black nations of the earth. Come unite with Allah and me. Go to your own. You won't have to go anywhere if you only unite with your own. Heaven awaits you wherever you may be. America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah We see the four great judgments that are coming against America by Almighty Allah God is bringing upon white America are this rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, fire. We see them now covering all sides of America as the Holy Quran prophesies, curtain her on all her sides. And the judgment will push the people into the center of the country, and they will realize there's a lot of God who is bringing them and a country to a nothing. See, Ezekiel 26:18, see the coastlands will be destroyed. We see Job in the Bible prophesies that Allah God has the snow and ice to use as his weapons in the days of war and battle against this wicked. We hear and read in the newspaper today of how great hill-like little mountains we see of snow are pushing down from the north. And now only in the northern states we see Minnesota, we see North and South Dakota, Montana, but now the snow is in the New England states, and they are declared it to be disaster areas. We see the announcer of disaster snow in the New England states says that there had never been such great quantity of snow. See, all up and down the coast of the Carolinas, the rain takes up where the snow leaves off. We see all around the southern borders, we see America, storms are raging. See, there are tornadoes and heavy rain, and more storms are on the way. You see one right after another. In the north, we see, and far west, in the east, America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah God. There are earthquakes, and the seas we see is raging. We see the Pacific Ocean is now angry and raging and tossing up great waves as never before. Now, why should these things hit America? We know because the revelation teach you why. It is because white America, we see, is filled with devils and have such unclean person living in America. See, that is true under hateful birds, we see. We see every filthy, shameless, we see wicked person comes here for a haven where he can do any wickedness he wants to do. The country opens and welcomes that type of person. You see what I'm talking about? You see America offers the most lewdness of characters to come out of Europe, and they make themselves a home here, right here in the United States of America. You can't make this shit up. As we see the few little Muslims, who Muslim means those who have submitted to the will of Allah God, and how the enemy hates us and seeks to do all the evil he possibly can against us by falsehood. These are not the days of Noah, Lot, Abraham, nor are these the days of Moses. These are new times. See, the enemy does not get away in punishing the righteous just because he hates them. See, Allah, the God of righteousness, is with us. He just laughs at those who try to fight against him. He had destroyed a whole nation with less than the power of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Psalms chapter 2, verse 4 says he will sit in the heaven, and he shall laugh. He will have them in confusion. He will have you in humiliation. This is true. The Holy Quran has the record of people even being destroyed. See, Allah God does not have to have something great. He does not have to go to work and get a block of iron or a mountain and throw it on them. See, he used that which is with you against you. The force of nature are great weapons as we see them in play upon white America. We see that storm after storms of snow and ice are whirling in from the north and are pushing great drifts that are just coming up everything. Now, what can you do with a guy like that? Joel prophesied it. That Allah God has his weapons stored up to use in a day of battle and war with the wicked. You just take some snow and cover them up. Holy Quran says that Allah God destroyed the people with just cold wind. He froze them. Do you think that you can get away with fighting Allah God? No wonder second Psalm says that he would sit in heaven and laugh at those who are trying to fight against him. He'll have you crazy. It is true. You see, the heads of the governments of the Christian world are confused. And they do not know that they are confused. Why? Because the great desire was to confuse us. Now, Allah God has taken confusion out of us and put into them. Now eat, America. Help yourself to the desert that you have prepared for us. You eat it now. See, all praise are due to Allah. Came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. We went to Alabama and to any states that we go to. We pay a high price per acre of land that our fathers, labor has already brought for us. Now he wants to kill us if we act humble and peaceful and want to buy back some of our own labors. I laugh at some of these things that I hear come out of Alabama. And not only in Alabama, but every other states we see in the Union. See, they do not know the time in which they are living. See, Allah God is well able to take this country from you and give it to whom he pleases. It's in your Bible. Read it for yourself. He took the kingdom from the wicked and gave it to whom he pleases, those who will bring people into righteousness. America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah. We see this four great judgment of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, and the confusion and the head of states. To be pledged with too much rain will destroy properties and life, as well as rivers and creeks. Too much rain floods cities and towns. We see large bodies of water at the ocean shore line will be made to swell with unusual high waves dumping billions of tons of water over the now seashore line. Rain destroyed properties and killed cattle by drowning them in lowlands. See, rain destroyed the hiding places of victorious beasts, reptiles, bringing them out, fighting in small towns, people homes, and farms. Rain weakens and destroys railroads, truck lines, bridges, and bridges. Rain undermines foundation of all types of buildings. Rain makes the atmosphere too heavy with moisture, causing sickness. Wind with rain can bring destruction to towns and cities, bringing germs, causing sickness to the people. It produces unclean water by the swelling stream and destroying of the pure drinking water used for the health of the people. Rain is a destructive army within itself. Hailstones are also a property and life destroyer. Snow is of the most dreaded pledge when it comes in great drift from 5 to 35 feet. It buries your property and life. It destroys your highways and cities and your gravel towns and cities. It put a burden of expense upon the cities. It put a burden of expense upon the cities to repair it. The caved in of roofs of homes. We see the cutting off of homes, the cutting off of transportation, isolation areas. bring about starvation, communication is destroyed. With the icing of the communication wires, we see snow looks pretty because of its clean look. We see almost everything in nature is beautiful, but it can be turned into death and destruction against man. Snow is prophesied to be one of the weapons that God will use against this wicked America. Job 38, 22, and 23. Hell also is mentioned in the same two verses, where God plainly teach us that he hath preserved it against the time of trouble, against the days of battle and war. The Holy Quran also teach us that God used snow, rain, wind, hail, earthquakes, and fire against former wicked people. Is white America any better than the people read about in the history that God destroys? No, she is not as good. These people was not as wicked as the American people. See, earthquake can destroy towns and cities instantly. America is in a grip of divine judgment. America is in a position towards a one slave, so-called Negro, as Pharaoh was with Israel as his slave. She is in this position today because an injustice done to an American so-called Negro slave brought to America over 400 years ago and refused to let them go free. They only said that you are free, knowing within that you are not able to lead them without anything. But the injustice continued to increase. Now they plan death. So this guy was predicted by the prophet to come to the defense of these people, the so-called Negro, in these last days after they served the enemy for 400 years. The Bible declared to Abraham in Genesis that God will judge the people to whom his people Abraham will be in bondage. This does not mean Israel. This means the present black people, the members of the black nation who have or are feeling the prophecy. God and the person of Master Fard Muhammad will not be defeated. See, there's more evil, deceiving, tricking, making false promises to American so-called Negro only increase American divine chastisement, doom. See, America knows there are trouble lies and the mistreatment of the black man, the so-called Negro. But she is too wicked to give up tricking the Negro and deceiving him on false promises. She just cannot stop. Opportunity is to open, and she thinks that there is no one to hinder her. But God has chosen us to be his people, and he delights in fighting the enemy, according to the history of the former people. He delight himself by going forth against them when they extended the limit. So it is with America. They must be separate. America will not agree to see the Negro separate from her until she has suffered divine punishment as Pharaoh suffered. Same things that the evil nations suffered before them is now coming upon these people. She seek to keep her slave, robbed it of opportunity and wealth. She envies success coming to the American Negro free slave. She charged them high prices to keep them down. She deceived them through a few of what we call Uncle Toms in a political circle, class, and all professional classes. She offered them little favoritism to help her work against their own people, the black people. But they too will suffer along with the enemy of justice of the poor so-called Negro. They must be separate. You see, envy, hatred are growing between the two people, regardless of their preaching of social integration. The truth must come. What is better than a program you find I have written you two blacks and whites cannot get along in peace, because you have never got along in peace. Do you know why white America does not like to talk with you about separation? And why he calls separation of the two people the wrong solution for peace between the people? He knows that it is promised and that God will do it. Then why do they not agree with separating themselves from you and me and we from them? Why are the black man and white man all over the earth now in disagreement with each other to live in peace? Do you know why? Oh, foolish American so called nigger, seek some of this earth that you can call your own to live on in peace. Unite and ask the government for a portion of America. This is what we need. Somewhere to live to ourselves. Let the white man live to himself. The two people are not brothers. See, they are aliens to each other. God did not make them brothers to each other. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, to learn this and learn it quickly. Fly for your life to the refuge of Allah and come follow me. America lands being divinely curtained. The Holy Quran, Surah 13:41. See, they, not that we are visiting the land, curtain it of its size. And Allah has pronounced a doom, and there is no repeller of its decree. And he is swift in calling to account. Black man America, there is no one as blind as you are seeing what is going on against America. I have warned you for nearly 40 years that Allah, God, and the person of Master Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, came to me and gave me the knowledge of the truth. I have been preaching it to you continually. Now you see what is going on. As America has done, so now is being done into her. America has surrounded the country of the people. She had blown their cities to pieces, and she had killed the inhabitants. Those who were left alive, she put to flight, running from shelter, from destruction by America might. It is very sad and horrible to look at the things that America had done, which are now coming on this country. For many years, centuries of years, America had lived a luxurious, wicked life while hating her black slave and depriving them of justice. See, shooting them down on the streets and on the highways, in the woods and fields for nothing. She did it just because she felt that she had the advantage and she wanted to kill black people as she was made to do. The Bible, Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8. He sat in a lurching place of the village, in a secret place. Do he murder the innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. See, up until this very minute, she is seeking to destroy the black man in America and to deprive him of freedom to do for self. America never desired a departure of the black slave, his white slave master. America wished only to hold this black slave in order to continue to treat him with evil. See, Pharaoh hatred and injustice to Israel and Egypt in the time of Moses to serve America as a warning, but she had fallen headlong into the destruction of Allah God. America runs to and fro, seeking a way out, but she does not try to justify her black slave for justice and equality amongst the nations of the earth. America made us into nothing, and she used us to mock us before the nation of the earth. But a God with unlimited wisdom, knowledge, and power is now befriending the black slave. And he has chosen the black slave to be his people. But the foolish black people have yet to come to the knowledge that Allah God is their best friend, and that he is here to save them from the destruction of a people who has shown evil and hatred to us all our lives. America divided us one against the other. The black man in America is so divided against each other that you seek all the time to do evil against each other. You cannot even befriend them lest they take advantage of it, call you a fool for trying to befriend them, as it was with us by Midway Technical Schools. Midway Technical Schools came to us for help. We gave them that help to keep them from falling. It cost us $30,000 to set them free of their backlinks and other bills that they have. Take a look at how they have turned on us for the purpose of wrecking all of their beautiful businesses set up for them and others to enjoy on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The fall of white America foretold separation is the answer. The Holy Quran, Surah 81, 6, 7, and 12. And when the cities are set on fire, and when men are united, and when hell is kindled. See, the folding up is a title taken from the first verse of that chapter, in which the above verses are found. When the sun is folded up, the Holy Quran, Surah 81, prophesies the folding up of a recorded work, a record of what people have done, as the use will no longer be necessary. This chapter refers to what takes place in the resurrection. One party is recorded as the beginning, while the other party is discontinued. We see this clearly being made manifest today. War caused the destruction of civilization. War destroys the cities and towns of a nation. This chapter 81 of the Holy Quran is now being fulfilled. The sun and the stars, mountains, camels, and wild animals all mentioned in the first 4 verses of this chapter, and are not without. So the coming of God refers to by the prophet is united people who have been divided against self by the enemies. He chose these people for building a better world. The Bible, we see Revelation refers to the destruction of a beast and its chief instructor, the dragon. The name beast given here is not referring to 4-foot animals, but to a people who rule is like that of a savage beast. The theologians, most of them, from the time of Martin Luther, who I think was the author of these terms, beast, dragon, especially the late Pastor Russell and Judge Bradford, founder of Jehovah's Witnesses, takes the term dragon to refer to the Pope of Rome, the fathers of the Christian church, and the Christian religion. This is the first time since we have been lost in this part of the earth that we want to unite the black nation of the earth into one under the guidance of God who is now present. Why should the master continue to deceive his slave? He teaches the slave that he is a free citizen with equality. Why do you slave master want to hold them for hostage, pray? You do not need them. Your machines do the labor that the slave used to do. Why not let them go? You want to go to war against Allah God and the freedom that God came to do for you, slave? Before you, Pharaoh had that same idea. He did not want Israel to go free in the land to themselves. Pharaoh lost the war against Allah and was drowned in the Red Sea. See, the loser of this war will land in a lake of fire, not water. If white America wants to free her slaves, she can easily do so. This will be simpler and easier than what she is doing. You see, killing, provoking them through police force, National Guards, and finding the U.S. Army, as we see in Detroit, Michigan. America actions show us 2 things: Firstly, she wished to cause fear amongst the so-called Negro with a display of many deadly weapons. Bala is removing the fear. Secondly, she fears to approach her armed slave unless she is armed. See, this had been historical relation between the white man and his slaves. The white man seeks the leadership of the so-called Negro to help him keep the dissatisfied slave subject to him without complaint about injustice. The white man would say, nigger, you should be happy. So you are better off than many of your black kind with a job. So the white slave master brought our fathers here to do the slave work. Our free laborers have made the white slave master richer than their brethren, Europeans. Did they offer us any of this land that they took from the Indians? The 22 million so-called Negro should be seeking some of this earth on which to live and build independent nation out of itself. The white slave master only offers a job. Allah God has come and a personal master for Muhammad, whom praise are due forever, to free us. The Negro slave must be free. This is the meaning of the resurrection. Allah God has said to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he intends to free the American so-called Negro at any price. For 400 years, you slave masters have been killing the so-called Negro without receiving any resistance. And regardless of his peaceful way with you, we the Muslims that try to live in peace here in America, there is not a single incident in our 36 years of history where we have ever made an aggressive move against you. But you have attacked us several times. We have proved to the world that you are impossible to live with in peace. You have condemned it and killed the just and he who do not resist you. James 5:6. You have destroyed many towns, cities, and people. As you have divided the so-called Negro one against the other. So Allah should divide you and your brothers. As you have done to others, so shall it be done to you. The Bible. And when the cities are set on fire, this is a sign of the end of you as a power. Believe it. See, we cannot deny the fact that the Christian race is responsible for this universal corruption in the land and sea. From the same corruption that their own hands have made will come their doom. The Christian preach that which they do not do and cannot do, such as love your neighbors. I have yet to meet one who loved his neighbor as did himself. Thou shalt not kill. I have yet to meet such a Christian. See, they even fight against each other, rob and kill each other, but yet represent themselves as world peacemakers. With whom? The great deceivers of the world will reap what they have sown. Have they corrupted many people and nations undiscussed? A good, peaceful, loving Christians? Christian rest is full of the worst crimes. See, practicing evil to the fullest and seeking to press them on other nations as well. The universal temper are ever parading before the world. They both have new girls and women. They are before your eyes in almost everything we see. Murdering, gambling, robbery, drunkenness, drug, adultery, lying. There is hardly any end to it. The lands and seas are filled with deadly weapons of war. The islands and the seas are filled with corruptions by all the nations of earth, for they are proud and boastful, and are now hated and despised it, according to their wishes. The religion of Christianity is a curse to us, the black man, and is full of the slavery teachings. They have poisoned the Bible with they adding to and taking from the truth. Now their doom is in sight. It is their own work. They command the sea with their powerful navies, parking them off the shore. Other nations. They secure the air base on their shores to place their deadly bombs carrying planes within easy striking distance of those whom they fear to be the enemies. Is this not the easy way to make an enemy? Is this the act of a real Christian? The follower of Jesus, whom they preached, came for the peace of mankind, and the teaching, the sheathing of the sword, and the turning of the other cheek. Now, where's the good Christian amongst this race? See, they love meddling in other people's affairs. They are an ever fight a war if it matters not with whom or where, but yet crying peace, peace, with every deadly weapons of war, provoke other nations to war. Shall not the God of peace and justice deal with you and your troublemaking as he did with those before you? I warn every one of you, my people, fly to Allah, God, with me for refuge. As I warn you, the judgment of this world has arrived. Get out of the slave-making Christianity and to the right religion, Islam. The house you are in shall surely fall and never rise again. The destruction and fall of the world that we have known is now without a doubt in process. When we refer to the world, we are referring to the world of the white man. For the world of the black man have yet to come in. The world of the black man by divine guidance is now merging in on the old world of the right race. This makes the destruction and fall of the world of the white man. Here in America, we cannot see nothing but the fall of white America. It is no secret. It is obvious to the eyes that are open. If we want to close our eyes and minds and claim that we do not see and understand, then we'll be falling ourselves. This refuse to see is foolhardily, regardless of how we may desire to see the old world stand. We do not have the power to starve off the destruction that caused the world of the white man to fall. Destruction and power that is bringing about the fall of the world of the white man is coming from Allah God and the past history of the world of the white man. There never was a time of destruction of his world like the present time. It is useless for you to try to prevent the fall of the white man's world. There is no checking it. The right race has not tried to do the right thing, justice. The doing of justice will have checked her fall. The Bible, Jeremiah. But America was never willing, and even at this hour, she is not willing to do justice by those who she had mistreated. She had dealt injustice to her black one slave for nearly 500 years that she had been in the Western hemisphere. America have constantly burdened the poor black slave with every evil that she can imagine. Her evil scientists, who have invented more and more evil practices, have not been able to invent any more evil than that, which they have already put out. See, day and night, you see, without a let up, the white man mistreat the poor black slave. And now since heaven and the God of peace, justice, freedom, equality have come to the black slave, the white man is trying to make everyone that recognize the truth deviate from it. So the white man says, do not accept it. He makes this black man a hypocrite against his own starvation. The white man trolls the one who have not as yet accepted truth of their starvation. And he promised them that which he will never be able to fulfill. America is falling. She is now losing the power and authority that she was enjoying in foreign lands. Her fall is very visible. Wherever her authorities have been exercising, the people are now crying out in one voice, leave us. Leave us, America. Go home to America. The citizens of the country are telling American citizens, leave us. See, America no longer have friends. America and England deposit their little brother Israel on foreign soil, the Palestinians, which is Arab land. They deprived the Arabs of their own land and sent them to the exile. Now, this injustice against the Arabs is now causing white America the power and authority that she once exercised in the East. And she is on her way out of the Near East. This means bloodshed and plenty of it. We see in the Near East, there stand navies, which are neither American nor British, but they are there to drive America out. We see the skies over there are beginning to thicken with foreign planes carrying deadly weapons, guns, bombs. They will not be satisfied as long as Israel is in Palestine. The boil has come to a bursting point. We are in a troubled world. We are in a world that is now erupting. Black man who was once a slave in white America, you have a way of escape. See, the way out it is not on your own term. It is on a condition that you submit to Allah God and come follow me. This is the only way out. I am the door and have keys to your starvation, rejected, and die. We are in a world that is falling. It will soon be going up in flame. In Germany, the Cold War between East and West will soon erupt into a hot war. It will never be settled in peace. East and West, Germany must and will fight it out with all the deadly weapons that the war scientists have planned and perfect for the final showdown. You do not have to worry too much about whether or not America comes out of Asia. Certainly, America is coming out of Asia. The odds are against her staying there. But I warn you, my black people, my black brothers, here in white America, that while she is on her way home, we the black people are standing in the crossfire. The only hope that we have is to fly to our refuge and Allah God. Look what is going on to the south of us. Look at the many hijacked stick-up of planes. See, America's afraid to put a stop to the hijack, but she knows that she's going to run into more than she expects. Who would have thought that the big power of America would suffer such disgrace in this day and time? This is to teach you and me, black brothers, that the power of America is becoming weak and she is falling. I said, black brothers, join into your own kind. Come follow me, for the world that you and I have known will soon be no more. The days of America downfall. God manifests the fall of America. We desire to make America fall as a warning to our brothers in Europe. See, white America and Germany, Allah has taught me, are the most wicked of the right race. The wicked deeds that have been performed and are still being performed by white America upon the so-called nigger, the slave, are the worst and animal of history. They have been clever enough in their wickedness to make the so-called Negro slave love them, though they are their open enemies and murderers. Allah and the person of Master Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, now judge the American whites, and is caused in America fall and total destruction. Egypt under Pharaoh is an example fulfilling the signs and other prophecies of the doom of these people as foretold by the prophet from Noah to Jesus. Moses and Jesus are the most outstanding prophets in the history of the Caucasian race for the past 4,000 years. There are several others contemporary, but Moses and Jesus are the major prophets of the right race history. The whole of the civilized world today, as prophesied in Isaiah, is against this white man of America. Allah hates this wicked American white and threatened to remove them from the face of the earth. since white America and the white race in general had deceived the entire world of the black and their brethren, brown, red, and yellow. Allah now is calling these people to wake up and see the right race as it really is the created enemy of the darker people. As we see today, there's a general awakening of the darker people into the knowledge of self, or the age old 6,000 year all over the earth. The American white race cannot sincerely give the so called Negro, the slave, a square deal. She only desired to deceive them. Today, America is trying against the will to give the so called Negro civil rights, which is against their very nature and will of the white race. For the first time since this black man had been here, America falsely offered him social equality in certain parts of the country. This social equality consists mostly of permitting this American black race to mix openly with the white man and his women, the devils. The actual idea, however, is to grant the so-called Negro social equality amongst these lower class of whites. This is done so that the scriptures wherein they prophesies that this white man tempts and corrupts the so-called Negro with his woman might be fulfilled. God has taught me that the right race was grafted unlike, and being unlike, it is able to attract this black man and black woman, getting them to do all the evil known to the right race. One of the prophets of the Bible prophesies in regard to America as the morning spread abroad upon the mountain, a great and strong people set and battle away. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. This is the setting of nations for a showdown to determine who will live on earth. The survivors is to build a nation of peace, to rule the people of earth forever, under the guidance of Almighty God, Allah. With the nation setting forth for a final war at this time, God plead for his people, the inheritors of the earth, the so-called Negro. The so-called Negro is the prey of the white man of America, being held firmly in the white man's powers, along with 2 million Indians who must be redeemed at this time, and will be if the so-called Negro turn to his Redeemer. The problem of the American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. The problem, therefore, is harder to solve, especially with the enemy trying to fascinate the Negro with his lower class girl and women, arraying them partly nude before the Negro in every public news, media, cheap, daily newspaper, magazine, radio, TV, and the Negro is quick to intimidate. See, the problem between these two people, separation, the so-called Negro, so that they may be accepted and respected as equal or superior to the nations, must be solved. This is God's promise to the so-called Negro, the lost found members of the original black nation of the earth. This problem was made through the mouth of his prophets, the Bible and Quran, that he will separate us from our enemies and dignify and make us the master, after this wicked race have been judged and destroyed for his own evil. But as I have said, the solving of this problem, which means the redemption of a Negro, is hard to do, since he loved his enemy. See this Bible, Deuteronomy 18:15. Psalms, Isaiah, Matthew 25 and 32, Revelation chapter 14, the manifestation of Allah and judgment between the so-called enemy of God. The nation of Islam will make the so-called Negro see, know his enemy, himself, his people, his God, and his religion. We hear the statement of black educational, political, and Christian class which express their love for the white man, publicly asking to be his brother, if not his brother-in-law. Now this class wants to make it clear to the world that they really love the white race and not the black race. This means that they want to be white instead of black. See, the devil has made them hate black, to reject the thought of black ever being a ruler or equal with the rulers, that acts boldly from inferiority, not only for themselves, but for their people. They want to reserve themselves and their kind, especially the so-called American Negro, and to erase the white people without ending the black race. It is just the opposite with Allah, God, myself, and my followers. We won't out completely. We won't no claim to kinship with a people who by nature are not our kin. Read from Genesis to Revelation in the Bible, and from Surah chapter 2 to Surah 114 of the Holy Quran. By no means are the so-called Nik and the white kin. See, God did not create them brothers, nor did he create them to ever become brothers. You see, one is creating enemy against the other, and since the righteous are more powerful than the wicked, Allah, the God of righteousness, set a time of reckoning for the enemy, the white man, separation. We want separation. We want a home on this earth we can call home. We want to go for self and lead the enemy who have been sentenced to death by Allah. Revelation 20, chapter 10, 14, when the day he was created. See this subject in the Bible and Quran. No one, white, black, brown, yellow, red, can prove to me by any scriptures of Allah God, sent by one of the prophets of Allah God, that we should not be separated from the right race, and that we should believe and follow the religion dictated, shaped, and formed by the white race theology. The coming of Allah and the judgment of this wicked world is made clear by the prophets saying of the prophets, the so-called reverends, and the proud intellectual class are doomed to destruction with the enemy if they remain with him instead of join in to Allah, who loved them and who would deliver them in the nation of Islam. The so-called Negro masters must be warned of the great mistake they make and fall in the leaderships of those who love and befriend their murderers. This will not get them freedom or civil rights. America is falling. Her doom hath come, and none said the prophet shall help her in the days of her downfall. In the Bible, God plead with you to fly out of her, America, and seek refuge in him. Revelation 18, verse 4. It certainly will change your mind about falling a doomed people, and people who hate you and your kind, and who call one who teaches the truth about them a hater. They are the producer of hater of us. We are with God and the righteous. The days of trouble. The days of trouble has now come to us from Almighty God, Allah, the God who is the real owner of the heavens and earth. Allah, God, created himself a heaven, and then he led it out to a forging right race for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. They have proved unworthy of such glorious creation. And now the God who is the owner of this heaven and earth is ready to take over and rule it for himself. Never no more, and I mean never no more, will the earth nor the heavens of the earth be let out to non-owners. It is a great wisdom taught to us, and let new creatures, right race, try their knowledge of mastering that which they was not made to master, which we knew when we made them, that they would not be able to master the original creation for long. For as long as we, the black people, are the planet, there is no new creatures that could be put in order for ruling, that which we already have, and we are in it. It is such a wise piece of work that have been done. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the originator of this creation is just. There is no comparison anywhere to me. There is no such thing that the originator can put the planet aside out of the hole, let someone else take over. This race, the right race, had not been successful in ruling according to their will, and according to a real owner, for the white race have to use the original materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which this white man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since this white man continued to make trouble, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out of trying to live with this white man in peace. The nature of the white man is ever causing unrest amongst himself and amongst us too. The white man just cannot make peace for himself because of his nature. They God has decided that we, the black people, cannot get along with this white man in peace, and that the white man must be removed. The white race wants to remove us, the black people. But in order for this white man to remove us, the black man, he will have to move the whole entire heavens and make the heaven and bowl anything like life. And then from a bowl, we have to just start all over again and create life. For the life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have established it. Therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that a new life come in, we have to rid the space of life which belonged to us, the black man. And when this space was rid of life that we, the black people, have created, another one will have to create life of its own making. We, the poor black people here in America, must be changed into a new and different people altogether. So that Allah God came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me, but not a complete make of us will be renewed from what we are in now, and we call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a complete new thing for man and earth and the heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing, not a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from, not at this time. See, the thing that Allah God would like to do now and will do is to destroy the work of the devil, as the devil would like to destroy God's work, what God has created. The devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil has no part in the creation of the first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay hold to the power that will destroy the first work of God. The main thing which I keep mentioning, enough to make you disgusted, is something for this black man in America who has spent his life long in sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as this black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold into that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. Allah God wants to put the black man back into power. The way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again to master the power after giving the black man the authorities. See, look at the poor, once pitiful black man in America. See, look how he tried to reach for himself. He's now making a fast progress in that which God leave for him to understand. See, the black man conversation has changed. See, the black man way of thinking has changed. His astral physical form has changed. It's a great thing to have come to this black man in America. So the black man in America is getting happier and happier. It's not hard for this black man in America to get rich. For he's getting rich from his own wisdom. See, no one have given him anything. As the Bible teach you at the time. See, no one gave it to him. But he's getting rich so fast that God chose the son to become the head of the house that he has to stray away from. The future of the black man is so beautiful that we can hardly comprehend it. The biggest thing that stands before us is qualification and readiness. Let us get qualified to master the house that God has given to us before someone tries to rob us of that master in the house. If they rob us of the master in the house, I'm sorry for us. I said to you, black brothers and black sisters, do not be foolish. The kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. But to get the home into our service is like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he is in. As a baby mature in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world. And the black man must build himself. See, these are the days of trouble. pledged by God, we see white America is doomed. With the end of the rule of this white race over the black people of the earth in sight, face to face, we have to deal with each other according to the actual facts which exists between the two nations, black and white, with the nature and desire of the right race to continue their rule and suggestion of the darker people. Even though the white man recognized these facts, will continue to try to hold on to his rule, his suggestion, his thinking of what he has acquired under such rule, that which is his. He cannot give up the prey for concession, the merchandise which he has explicit out from under the nose and eyes of the real owners, black man, is willing to shed the blood of his own people and adapt others to hold into that which he called his legal possessions. The spirit arose and the black man says no, that the continent and what is on and under its surface belong to him and his people, black nation. The spirit and knowledge is now not only confined to African nation, the black, brown, and yellow people, but actually is now arising in American so-called Negro, the true lost and found brothers of the black man throughout the earth, whether it be Africa or Asia. He is the brothers of them all. A desire of the white race to continue to hold power and authorities over black Africa, whether it is or elsewhere. They would just have to give it up. See, England, Germany, and Italy and France, especially England and France, and Skeleton Germany, seem to be diehards. So the white man will be acting wisely, and they'll realize that one day, sooner or later, they must pack up and leave. Wherefore, I quote, the Bible prophesies concerning the separation of nations. Again today, as it was before, every man must go to his own. This is the clearest and most direct justice that God and man could agree upon. The white man cannot live in luxury unless he has this black man in his place of possession and suggestion to his will. But as I repeatedly says in this paper and all of my writings, you cannot make God and his prophet liars, nor can we reverse the time of the prediction in which these things would take place. So we see the time have come. This is nothing but justice that we have possession of what is own. So the white man is conscious of the fact that he had deceived the black man of the knowledge of the black man and his possessions. But that particular authority was given divinely temporarily. But by that same divinity, it is now being taken from the right race. The right race is facing doom because she would not act according to justice and righteousness, which was not by nature put in her. But this is known, and her race is frightened concerning her future, as we see in America. Till the white man recognizes his coming doom, and many of them whether die here than go elsewhere outside of America. They try to defend what they call their own independent sovereignty. Some have poured gasoline over themselves, committed suicide by setting themselves on fire. This is a very new and open act of a people want every other people, black, brown, yellow, red, on earth, to fight their wars, save the independence. A ruthless and brutal people like America, England, and Germany should be ashamed in this modern time to look for these people when they have robbed it, killed it, murdered it, and brought under suggestion by force, to think that today they should be so soundly asleep that they ignore the time and authority that they can unite as Europeans have been doing against black, Africa, and brown and yellow Asia. As the Bible says to this right race, as thou hast done, so shall it be done to you. The white man must return to Europe and country on that continent for his future, or else country on his death instead of his life, for they can no longer rule this black man. The black man now know where his home is, He's now rising up to take possession of that which is his.